My father's lawyer read the will. Everything went to my older brother. The house, the business, the accounts. $2 million total. My brother smirked at me across the table. I didn't argue, didn't fight, didn't hire a lawyer. I just walked out and made one quiet decision that changed everything. 5 years later, my brother showed up at my office. Not to visit, to beg. The begging happened on a Tuesday. But let me take you back to where this really started. My name is David Morgan. I'm 34 years old. And 5 years ago, I sat in a lawyer's office and watched my older brother steal my future. Not legally. Legally, everything was perfect. But morally, that's a different story. My father died suddenly. Heart attack at 63. He was a successful man. Built a manufacturing business from nothing. Sold it for serious money. Owned property. Had investments. When he died, he left behind an estate worth about $2 million. My brother James and I were his only children. Our mother had passed years earlier. So naturally, you'd think he'd split everything 50-50. He didn't. I sighed. Fine. Send him up. James walked into my office 5 minutes later. He looked older. Tired. Dressed well, but not as well as he used to. David. Wow. This office is incredible. What do you want, James? Can't a brother visit? You're here because you want something. What is it? He sat down. Okay. Fine. I need help. With what? Money. I'm in a bad spot. How bad? Pretty bad. I made some investments that didn't work out. Took out loans against the house. Things spiraled. I'm about to lose everything. Everything Dad left you. Yeah. I leaned back in my chair. How much do you need? 200,000. Maybe 300 to be safe. That's a lot of money. I know. But I'm your brother. And I know you just sold your company for. Jesus, the article said over 100 million. Even if that's inflated, you're doing well. Really well. You can afford to help family. Family helps family. That's what you said 5 years ago, right? He looked uncomfortable. Yeah. You said if I ever needed help, you'd loan me money. Family helping family. Right. And now I'm asking for that same courtesy. But see, James, I never needed your help. I built something on my own. Without Dad's inheritance. Without your loans. Without any safety net. I'm happy for you. Seriously. But right now, I really need. Why should I help you? He blinked. Because I'm your brother. You were my brother 5 years ago when you took everything. When you smirked at me across that table. When you called my business a little software thing. When you assumed I'd fail. I was wrong. Okay. I was wrong about everything. You proved me wrong. You proved everyone wrong. You're successful. Way more successful than me. I get it. Do you? Yes. What do you want me to say? That I'm sorry? Fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't fight Dad about the will. I'm sorry I was condescending. I'm sorry for all of it. Are you sorry you took everything? Or are you sorry you need something from me now? He didn't answer. That's what I thought. David, please. I'm desperate. If I don't pay these loans, I lose the house. Dad's house. Everything he built. Everything he left to you. Not me. Just you. You're really going to hold that against me? Forever. I'm not holding anything against you. I'm just not helping you. Why? Because of money you didn't get 5 years ago? That's petty. It's not about the money, James. It never was. Then what's it about? It's about you never seeing me, never respecting me, never believing I could build something on my own. You thought I was the lesser son, the one who needed help, the one who'd come crawling back. That's not. It is. And you know what? I don't need to prove anything to you anymore. I already did. So whether I help you or not isn't about revenge. It's about the fact that you're not my responsibility. We are family. Family doesn't cut each other out of wills. Family doesn't smirk when one brother gets nothing. Family doesn't call someone's life work a little thing. James stood up. So that's it? You're just going to let me lose everything? I'm not letting you do anything. You made your choices. I made mine. My choices worked out. Yours didn't. That's not my problem. You've changed. Yeah, I have. I used to care what you thought of me. What Dad thought of me. What this family thought of me. I don't anymore. So you're just going to turn your back on me? Like you turned your back on me 5 years ago? Yeah, exactly like that. James stood there for a moment. Then he left without another word. I sat in my office for a long time after that, thinking about inheritance, about family, about what we owe each other. A few days later, my uncle called. My dad's brother. David, James told me you refused to help him. That's right. He's about to lose everything. Your father's house. His legacy. Dad's legacy was his business. He sold it. James got the money. What he did with it isn't my problem. So you're really going to let your brother fail? He's not failing because of me. He's failing because he made bad decisions. You have more money than you'll ever need. You could help him without even feeling it. Could. But won't. That's cruel. Is it? Was it cruel when Dad left me nothing? Was it cruel when James smirked about it? When he offered to loan me money like I was a charity case? My uncle was quiet. I'm not being cruel. I'm just not being a safety net for someone who never believed in me. Your father would be disappointed. My father made his choices. I'm making mine. I hung up. That was 3 months ago. James lost the house. Moved into an apartment. Got a regular job in sales. His life isn't ruined. He's just normal now. Like I was 5 years ago. And me. I'm wealthier than my entire family combined. I bought a house 3 times the size of the one Dad left James. I drive cars James used to dream about. I travel. I invest. I do whatever I want. Not because I'm trying to show off, but because I can. Some people think I should have helped him. That I should have been the bigger person. But here's what I learned. Being the bigger person doesn't mean being everyone's safety net. It doesn't mean fixing problems you didn't create. It doesn't mean rescuing people who never believed you'd succeed. My brother stole my inheritance. Legally. With my father's blessing. I stayed quiet. Didn't fight. Didn't argue. I just built something bigger. And when he came begging, when he needed help, when he finally saw what I'd become, I said no. Not out of spite. Not out of revenge. But because I learned something important. You don't owe loyalty to people who never gave it to you. You don't owe help to people who never offered it. You don't owe anything to family who treated you like nothing. My brother thought the inheritance made him rich. But all it did was make him comfortable. And comfortable people don't build empires. Hungry people do. I was hungry for 5 years. And what I built from that hunger is worth more than anything my father could have left me. My brother stole my inheritance. I stayed quiet. Then I became wealthier than the whole family. And that's not revenge. That's just what happens when you bet on yourself instead of waiting for someone else to believe in you. The inheritance would have made me comfortable. Being cut out made me hungry. And hungry built an empire. I'm curious. Has anyone ever counted you out? Cut you out of something you deserved? Did it destroy you? Or did it become the fuel that pushed you further than you ever imagined? Because sometimes the worst thing that happens to you turns out to be the best thing. At least, that's what I keep telling myself.